Hi, lovelies. Welcome to the free weekly reading with me, Sarah Martucci, your psychic medium, certified crystal healer, paranormal investigator, all around fucking weirdo that likes to talk about weird fucking shit like Sasquatch. Here for it. And yeah, welcome to the free weekly reading. So, you guys, this week, y'all, we're going into Gemini season on the 20th. So, things are about to kick up a notch in terms of communication, exchanging of information. Maybe everybody's been spilling the fucking tea. We're gossiping. We're picking up information. We're giving it to others. Maybe even using information like currency. And so just be careful with the words that you're saying this week. This is also a transitional week, moving from Taurus season into Gemini. And so we're moving from that earthy groundedness to air, which can be flighty, which can be like a little all over the place, but they are very logical and they're very practical too. I've known many a Gemini that are maybe not practical, but with maybe the line of work that they do or the information that they bring is practical and goodness. So just see how that works out this week. And remember, in these transitional weeks, when it's liminal like that, fucking magic is afoot. So make sure that you're taking care of yourself. You're paying attention to the signs and symbols that are showing up for you. You're maybe even keenly aware of the information that you're exchanging. Is there a way that I can exchange information, maybe, and get back resources that I need this week, working with Gemini season and Taurus season there? And so how do I walk this line in between both spaces? I love that. So don't be afraid of the weirdness, the excitedness, the bizarreness that might be coming up, and especially around information that's being shared or given. Whatever you do, just be careful of the gossip stuff, because there also is a propensity for the other person to find out, or you might get caught, and that fucking sucks. And so just don't be a dick. How about that this week? Don't be a dick. Also, too, on the 23rd, Saturn is going retrograde. Now, this is even before Mercury retrograde at the end of the month. So we got a couple planets that are starting to fucking give us middle fingers now. But just remember, guys, too, when any planet goes retrograde, this is just talking about when planets are direct. This is when we can take action in the world. It's easier to. There aren't maybe that many obstacles in front of us. Also, what Saturn stands for. Hard lessons and fucking obstacles. And how we overcome them. How we train ourselves. How we dedicate ourselves to the work that we're doing or whatever our task is. Putting in the elbow grease to make sure that we get back what it is that we want. And so don't be afraid of the hard work, but instead of it going out into the world whenever Saturn goes retrograde, now this is going inward. And that's with any planet that retrogrades. It really just takes that energy and shines it inward. Not everybody wants that. Not everybody's excited about that. Fair. And with Saturn being the taskmaster, yeah, he's asking us to look within. What the fuck are you slipping up on? And so what are you not taking care of right now? What are you not facing? Or maybe haven't been facing? Maybe you're thinking you got to do all this outer work in the outside world when really what's being called for is the inner work. So this would be the perfect time to go see a therapist, talk with a trusted friend, work on your inner journey, get to know your story so that you're keenly aware of the things that you need and that you want. So that come eclipse season and the effects of all of that echo throughout the rest of the year, if we're working on the things in front of us, or we're working on those internal issues that are coming up for us at this point with Saturn here, he will reward us, but we have to put in the work. So if you think you're going to be able to skip around, God, I wish I could be there with you. And I understand. I wish I could do the same fucking thing. But guys, we got to sit down. We got to face ourselves and the things that are coming up for us right now. So don't be afraid to do the hard work on yourself. For me, that's getting the diet and the exercise going. I've been doing it this whole time. I'm sure you guys can notice, like, I've lost weight, but like, I want to kick this into high gear. So really taking care of myself, getting better about the food that I'm eating. Even though like an hour ago, I had like an ice cream sandwich and a cookie. See what I'm saying? Like, I could have just chosen one. Saturn's gonna be like, guess what, asshole? Now you get diarrhea. That's not actually what he said, but just saying. Just, this is the deal. So there's an exchange, and if you don't do the work, you're gonna be left in the same place. Or maybe even worse, maybe you get sick. Or like maybe this is an addiction that you're going through and you're unable to face it or deal with it and work through it. And now Saturn's going retrograde and it's like, guess what? You got to fucking do it. And if you don't face it, maybe the outcome of that is something that's not good. Maybe around your health, maybe around your physical body, maybe around your mental space. So just make sure that you're taking care of these places. Guys, you wouldn't break your arm and then say, well, it'll fix itself and just sit at home. I'm sure maybe some people have, but that's not healthy or good. Why wouldn't you go to the doctor if you're having a mental scenario that makes you feel less than or not good or whatever the issue is that's going on? Take care of yourselves. Sorry about the lawnmowers and all the insanity that's going on right now, but we're doing this reading outside. It's so fucking beautiful. All right, with that being said, we're here for the cards. So let's pull some motherfucking cards. So I'm going to put the cards up in front of you guys. Pick any and all that you're drawn to, and then I'll wax poetic on them as we go through. All right, so this is going to be card number 1. You guys know I love to talk. This is going to be card number 2. And then this will be card number 3. And if you guys love my nails this week, my sweet friend Bethany made these for me. I consider her my niece, so not by blood, but by love. She did such a good job, didn't she, guys? Like with the little hearts and stuff. Like, how stinking cute is that? All right. Thanks, Bethany. All right. So if you pulled card number 1, you got the 2 of Rings, and here's your gorgeous card. The dogs are feeling it this week, too. So thanks, puppies. So in this deck, whenever the rings show up, this is going to talk about pentacles. This is the earth element. Also, too, if you guys are interested, I'm working with the Marigold Tarot. Fucking love this. It's gold, it's black, and it's skulls. Fuck yes, all day long. Thank you, Corinne, for that deck. All right, 2 of Rings. So, yes, whenever the earth element shows up here, this is really going to talk about our priorities and our resources. What are our priorities and goals right now, and how can we reach that space where we can get that brass ring and get what we need? But with earth element, guys, this is like roof over my head, clothes on my back, food on the table, money in the fucking bank. I have to touch it, taste it, see it, smell it to know that it's real and that it's here for me and everything that I need. Earth element doesn't fuck around. And when the 2 of Rings shows up here, this really talks about, I feel like, and especially with the symbology in this card, like working with others towards a goal. If this has to do with the relationship, or we're having relationship issues right now, just know that this card is asking you to refocus your energy on your relationship. And so that's where you're being called to right now. There needs to be a priority here. And so I need to make sure that I'm choosing this, or I'm choosing this relationship, or this week I'm choosing relationships maybe that give back to me. Maybe the relationships that are actually reciprocal, where we're taking care of each other, not where one side is taking and the other isn't. This can also talk about, with the 2 of Rings here, having, again, to make a choice when the number 2 comes up. This is also going to make me reference the month of February. So I'm looking either to February for these themes to come to a full combination, or I may be even referencing this past February. And so maybe we've had issues since then. We're just trying to get it right, or we've been trying to work it out. And this card is saying, rededicate yourself to the relationships that are most important to you. How do you get a hold of the resources you need in order to make that happen? And so I think resources and relationships are going to be huge themes for you guys this week. Pay attention. How are people showing up for you? Is this really a good union? Am I able to give back to them what they're giving to me too? This isn't just one-sided. And so, or maybe not just about you too. Make sure that you're showing up for your relationships as well. This is deeply important. I want to say the last thing with the 2 of Rings. Maybe even too, there's some element here of, this could even be talking about yourself. And so maybe some part of you always chooses to maybe be codependent. Or I'm always referencing other people and I'm never referencing myself. So don't be afraid to bring it back home and know what your goals and your priorities are. I want to say that for everybody that picks this card, because to be in a relationship with another, it's important that you have that information and you know this about yourself so that you can show up in this relationship to the best of your ability, bringing all your resources and your wisdom and your knowledge and your awesomeness to the fucking table to make this the best that it possibly can be. Beautiful shit. All right. If you pick card number 2, you got a major arcana card, talk about major change, major evolution, major movement forward. You pulled Justice. So we got her like 2 weeks ago, I think. Justice is back. You want to talk about a card of karma? Fucking people shit up? There's that. So I want to say to you this week, if you chose card number 2 and you got Justice, you don't need to do a goddamn thing. Sit back and just let fucking Justice do her goddamn thing. Maybe get some popcorn. Sit down, get some popcorn. And just wait for what the fuck shows up. Let them come to you. Let them come to you. I think Justice too, there is something here about like, it's not like Temperance where we talk about balance here, because Justice definitely has themes of balance. But this is like, Justice is coming through. She doesn't give a fuck about anything except for what is right and what is wrong. And sometimes that's like, she doesn't give a fuck about your interpretations or what you want from it, just what is right and what is wrong, and the fucking hammer swings. So just know this week, sit back, take care of you, let justice be doled out where it needs to be. You don't need to do a damn thing. Another interpretation with this is if you're in maybe a situation with the law or justice itself, this card usually shows up, and I would need more cards to fully tell you this, but for the most part, when this card shows up, this means that the law is on your side. So if you're having to go to court this week or you're dealing with any legal issues, just know this is about bringing all the information. Be fair and balanced with yourself and the other person to the best of your ability, and just show the fucking facts. Just bring the facts. Just make sure, because we're getting close to Mercury retrograde here, that you're crossing all your T's, you're dotting all your I's, and that you don't sign anything unless you read it 3 times at least, maybe 2, all right? Maybe because you picked number 2, it's at least twice. So just make sure we're getting a fresh pair of eyes on this as well. Make sure that you're not missing anything here. So just now, you don't have to do a damn thing. If this is about justice being doled out, all you got to do is sit back. You've already brought the evidence, or you've already said what you needed to say. We just said things maybe in a logical, practical way. Justice usually stands for Libra here, which is an air sign. So being logical, practical, grounded, just bring in the fucking information. That's it. I laid it on the table. And so justice will make sure that you are taken care of. I like this too symbolically here on the card where she's got that staff. It's pointing down to the ground. So there's no need to bring your sword up and defend yourself in any way, shape, or form. You don't have to do that here. Again, this is about sitting back, letting justice do her fucking thing. Just be fair and balanced with yourself and the other person, and bring the fucking facts. That's all you can fucking do. Thank you. All right. And if you pulled card number 3, you got the 6 of Rings, and here's your beautiful card. So again, whenever rings show up, this is Pentacles. This is the earth element in this deck. And with the 6 of Rings, this is interesting because, right, as I was saying, that with the Justice card here, like she's got her sword pointed down, or, you know, and that there's no reason to defend yourself here. This card has a knife that's going upwards. But this doesn't really feel like more like I'm going to go cut a bitch. Then this does feel more about like I'm connecting up with spirit. And with the earth element here, but there's kind of like a sword in her hand. There's a balancing going on here around maybe with the earth element here, my resources and maybe the way that I think. And so maybe I'm calling upon spirit to help me be direct with the energy that I'm putting towards my goals and my priorities. And so I'm connecting. I'm thinking about what it is that I want and I need, and then I'm making this real and tangible in the world. This is a beautiful card. Also, too, the 6 of Rings can talk about generosity, showing up for other people, making sure people get what they need. This can also be the other way around where, like, again, you're looking for your resources and trying to make something happen for yourself. Now, we can't tell if this is 2 separate hands or hands coming from the same person. So again, it lends itself to, do I need help from others, or is this my space where I show up for others right now? So be clear around that. If you've got awesomeness going on, go and help another person. There's nothing wrong with sharing your wealth. Being generous with others is really favored for you this week, or maybe even too, you find the success or you find the safety and security, you find your resources by being generous with other people. Fuck yeah. Spread the love around and know that it'll always come back to you in some way, shape, or form in terms of the things that you need. So what a beautiful omen this week. I would definitely say if at any point this week and you pick card number 3, go out and do something nice for another person. Do not expect jack shit back. Do not expect jack shit back. Just be generous for the sake of being generous and watch as fucking miracles happen around you. Hold tight. I want to say too, guys, this week would be a really good time. I know I keep forgetting to talk about the stones, but I want to bring it up this week. Maybe this week we work with some blue fluorite. Let's fucking do it. Let's work with some blue fluorite this week. This fluorite is a stone of the mental space, and so getting it working right, feeling like I'm fully here and I'm cognizant of everything around me. I'm not disassociating. I feel happy to be here. This is the stone for thinkers and learners and students and teachers and the exchanging of information. With the color blue here, this is also talking about our throat chakra. So speaking my truth with fucking awesomeness. Or peace with the color blue here. So just know I'm speaking my information. Maybe I'm doing it in a way that I can speak on things that are really important to me. Or maybe this is even about like working through the mental processes as we're moving from Taurus season to Gemini. Maybe all this information is coming in and it helps me to suss out what's the important stuff and what's not. So that I can really glean from it all the information that I need and kind of toss the rest that I don't. So this would be a great stone to wear in a pair of earrings or to wear in a necklace, as long as we're keeping it close to the throat and the brain. 2 thumbs up from Sarah. All right, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed this. Thank you for being with me for the free weekly reading. I love you guys. Take care of each other. I'll see you on Friday for the messages of hope. And then, you know, the rest of the week where I'm just saying some ridiculous shit. Also, tomorrow is I think the 3rd episode of Makeup and Mediumship. So you guys let me know how you dig it. Let me know the cards that you pulled. And I'll talk with you guys soon. Bye.